Hi all, I am Athithyan Parmasivan. I'm a fourth year DAM mentor from the Department of Chemistry, and today I'm here to talk about and share my thoughts about dealing with mentees who face language issues. So, first off, I'd like to give some background about myself. I hail from the city of Chennai, and coming to Mumbai, to IIT was the first time I got properly acquainted with Hindi. So that was kind of a culture shock for me. Furthermore, I'm currently the English language programs head along with Swarata Bharadwaj, and we conduct this thing called ELIT, which is English Language Improvement and Training Program, which is to improve the English fluency on campus. With that said, I've had some experience in dealing with students who face issues learning Hindi and issues learning English as well. And of course, to top it off, I was a mentee who did not know Hindi that well to begin with. So yeah, I'll be narrating my experiences as well, combining all three of my backgrounds. So first off, dealing with mentees who have problems in Hindi. So the most common trend that I observed among myself and among my peers was that such mentees tend to be they tend to be within their own language circle, like whichever region they are from. They tend to interact with only those people, and it takes a big toll on them socially. And of course, there are a couple of exceptions here and there, but by and large, I feel that they don't feel that socially welcome, is what I've observed. So, as a mentor, I'd like to stress upon that you should try to make them feel more inclusive. And I think by not assuming beforehand that everybody knows Hindi, I think that'd be a great place to start. I think a lot of people in Insti, mentors or otherwise, like they start every conversation assuming that the other person knows Hindi. I think assuming the other person knows English is probably a better way to go about, since everybody should have some degree of English fluency, because the academics are in English, right? So I think that that'd be a good place. And furthermore, I think Harshvardhan, the current dam coordinator of chemistry, suggested to me was some other mentors are trying some innovative things by asking the mentees to teach the mentor his or her mother tongue, like say Tamil or Malayalam or Telugu for the matter, like to make things more interactive, to make them feel more welcome. The mentor asks the mentee to teach the mentor their language. So I think that's a good way to go about it. But I feel first and foremost is to acknowledge the fact that there are people who might not know Hindi and not brush it under the rug, like no, not treat them differently. I think that would be a great place to start. Furthermore, I don't think there'll be any issues that arise, academically as such. Of course, socially there will be some issues, but as a damn mentor, I think you can encourage them. You can start teaching them a little bit Hindi. I think it can be a small like you can. I think at the end of the day, damn mentors also do some buddy work. You don't be entirely a mentor to them. You end up being a bit of a friend, a bit of a buddy to them. So I think you can teach them a few Hindi phrases here and there, depending on their competence with Hindi, of course. But that's just my suggestion. And then moving on to the mentees who face problems with English. With that, I think it's a more grave issue, because of course following academics would be quite hard. And now that due to the COVID situation, like we are all at home, I feel this study support structure for such students might be lost. Like their peers are also disconnected from them, and I think that might be something serious. But IDB offers two structures in place to combat this to some extent. First off, we have the ELIT program, which still runs, post COVID times, which is happening even right now. And we have one more thing called the LRWC, which is the Language Resources and the Writing Cell, which also offers at-home solutions to learn English, right? But beyond that, I feel the mentor should take these issues in like top priority as such, to really sit down with the mentee and understand or what level of English he she they are, and perhaps you guys can get involved with the relevant ELIT TA to monitor their attendance. But at the end of the day, these programs ELIT and LRWC, they are unlike British Council. So in British Council, if you remember, it's more like a course. You're supposed to attend all of these. It appears in your ASC and all, but ELIT and LRWC, it's basically volunteer based stuff. So even if you don't attend any classes, there's no hard repercussions. So that's something which the mentors and the mentees need to keep in mind. And as a mentor, I'd suggest to keep instilling to keep motivating them to attend these classes. And I do hope that no mentee faces any issue in following the academics. But if indeed he she they do face any problem, I think yeah, sticking to say any one of these ELIT or LWC or any other online course, whichever is feasible, should be in top priority. Furthermore, I think the social issues that is caused by not knowing Hindi, especially post lockdown, is kind of mitigated right now, because of course all of us are socially quite distant, and you don't really need to know Hindi because you're once in their own respective hometowns. So that problem is solved somewhat. But nevertheless, I would it's still something I feel is sort of it's not essential. It's like an unsaid rule that's kind of essential in order to have a great stay at IIT Bombay. So I would nevertheless, I'll still encourage mentors to keep pushing the mentees to encourage them to learn Hindi. Don't like one more thing is, for either of these cases, please do not shove it down their mouths or something. Like do not force them. Try to make them understand. Try to give them the motivation, give them the inspiration needed to learn whichever language they have to. I think that's my time, and yeah, sure. Please feel free to reach out to me or Harshvardhan in case of any queries. Thank you.